Follow me on a journey where no one has ever been before. Listen to the Cali Effect.
Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today, I'm here with Vietnam Bear to take you guys through the struggle. That's right, we're going to war right now. Why? Because we're going to be playing worms. And no, I keep telling you guys this. We're not playing the insect worms. No, I don't even know what they are. I didn't even know they existed until now. We're not playing Yang Zing's Master Race. We just did Yang Zing's. I'll probably throw a couple more videos in there just because you guys didn't see much of it. But we're not playing them. We're playing straight from DT. Straight out of dual terminal. Crazy motherfucking name worms. No? Okay, sure. I won't go straight out of Compton with you guys. But we're going to be doing worms. A very interesting deck. And a biggest reason that sparked me wanting to do this worm series is because these 5 decks are underrated. The video, if you guys want to see that, the description is down below. I go over 5 decks that I feel are really underrated to the format. Worms were one of them. And, you know, you get a little skeptic saying, worms? Really? TheCaliEffect. Worms. The DT series weren't. Like, no. And I really want to put emphasis on how good this deck is. And, you know, just prove a point with these worms. They have unique abilities that get over certain cards in this game, which are critical to winning games. So let's start off with first Worm Yagen. You're going to have to move out the way, Vietnam Bear, for Worm Yagen. Worm Yagen is a very interesting card. I'm just going to call it Worm Y for short, because the worms are based off of letters in the alphabet. Every single one is like a letter in the alphabet. And the longer or the higher the letter from A to Z, Z being the highest, the longer the effect, which I just felt is pretty weird. But Worm Y is effect. It's a light level 4, 1000 attack, 1800 defense position monster or defense monster. Its effect reads: if the only monster you control is Worm X or Zex, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in face down defense position. If you do, remove it from play when it is removed from the field. When this card is flipped face up, select one monster your opponent controls. Return that monster to the owner's hand. Now, you're going to see a couple of cards that I just say F you to. Well, first and foremost, we need to deal with Dante. While we can't necessarily deal with the effects of the monsters that it has attached to it, we can definitely deal with Dante itself with Yagen. We can deal with Winda. While we can't deal with, you know, all of the fusion summonings, we can definitely deal with monsters like Winda offhand right there with Worm Yagen. Just one card. It becomes a flip effect like Penguin Soldier, but there's more to it. This card is almost searchable. And that's because we have Worm Zex. Now, Worm Zex, or X for short, is a level 4 light monster with 1800 attack and 1000 defense. Its effect reads: when this card is normal summoned, you can send one reptile worm monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you control a face-up worm, Yagen or Y, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. That's interesting. I like how these cards, even in their backgrounds, you can see Worm X and Worm Y's background. You can see Worm Y and Worm X's background. It's kind of faint. I like that. They have perfect synergy with each other. Zex sending Yagen, Yagen special summoning in itself, X not being able to be destroyed by battle while Yagen's face up. And then even Yagen bouncing monsters back to the opponent's hand. That's what we're really going to focus on in this deck, because I feel that that combo can get rid of so many Synchros and X-Seeds and Fusion monsters with ease without me using too much back row and expanding from there. Keep in mind, both of the monsters are level 4 and light monsters, so rank 4 plays do come into a combo with it. I can even summon Starleech Paladynamo or Constellar Omega with these 2 cards, which respectively have really good effects in this metagame. But let's really build on top of that, the fact that, first of all, the reptile worm monsters, they kind of have flip effects, and, you know, we can do other things with it, and that's where W Nebula Meteorite comes into play. Now, W Nebula Meteorite effect reads: change all face down monsters on the field to face up defense position. During the end phase of the turn, change all face-up light reptile monsters you control to face-down defense position. Then draw 1 card for each. After that, you can special summon one level 7 or higher reptile worm or reptile type monster from your deck. That's really good. So first, I want to throw out a couple of things that W Nebula Meteorite does have without it being necessarily, you know, that type of card. Shadows, I'm coming for you. This card forces shadow monsters to come face up. And while the opponent decides to activate the cards or not, that can be good at certain times. It can force certain shadow monsters to flip face up. So like now I know what it is. The opponent has the opportunity to activate that effect. And if they do activate that effect, good. I can just go about my business and get over it. Secondly, I can flip Yagen back face down. You're kidding me. Yagen goes back to face down. And then I draw cards for each worm monster. Now, granted, going back to the flipping shadow monsters, that might not be always the best thing to do. But under the right stipulations and the right circumstances, it might be a prime thing to do. I just thought I should put that out there. It also flips cards like Girgi Armor. I said it right. It also flips cards like Girgi Armor, so beware how you use this card. But in all essence, it does help the worms cycle through all their cards, and it gets you tons of advantage. By drawing cards for every worm monster that was flipped back face down, it gets you a lot of advantage by drawing one card for every worm monster that was flipped back face down. Oh god, that's a lot of cards. I mean, most of the time you're going to have one or two, but if you ever have three, GG, shake my hand. That's 3+ cards. And we get to special summon the boss monster, Worm King. Now, Worm King is a level 8 light monster with 2700 attack and 1100 defense. This says this card can be tribute summoned in face-up attack position by tributing one reptile worm type monster. Then you can tribute a reptile worm type monster to select one card the opponent controls and destroy it. So not only do I get to draw a huge amount of cards, I get to activate the effect of Worm Yagen. I also get to special summon a level 8 monster with 2700 attack that essentially gets rid of a plethora of effects. This deck could be really, really good and very fun to play. I'm not even going to mention that we do have a card that essentially searches X's and Y's to our hand through Worm Cataros. And when it's flipped face up, it just does exactly that. I can add one level 4 or lower reptile worm monster from my deck to my hand. This deck has a solid basis, but all the other worms are okay. So we're going to be playing different engines into it. We can try the trap tricks. We can try artifacts. We can even try hands if we wanted to. We can just go straight up worm. We can mix it with a whole bunch of things, and I'm extremely excited to go down this journey with you guys to playing worms. I'm really liking the trap tricks into the deck just because it does provide a sort of stun, almost like Girgia, stunning the opponent, flipping your worms face up, sending cards back to the hand or to the extra deck if it's an XC type monster, and it has a lot of control into it. We can run cards like Vanity's Emptiness. We can run a really huge amount of traps that just completely stun the opponent and then just wear them down with our worm type monsters effects. There's so many options within this deck, but until then, I'll be playing the deck tomorrow to reveal what exactly am I playing for the first round. We will be playing this deck for 3 videos and then a deck profile on Saturday. So thank you guys for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.